Hello. A little bit late, but I blame Keith. It's the 1st of July, Pinch Punch, 1st of the month, the 1st of July, and it is a Wednesday. Hang on. Weather report is slightly rainy with lots of cloud. Okay, so there you go. We've got a weather section now. We've got a couple of people in the chat already. We've got Thomas Charles. I can't see what he says. Maybe he sent the photograph. Hang on. Yes, yeah.
With fruitcakes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Fruitcakes. Hi, Thomas. And Models First says good morning, everyone. And in the rooms today, we have a Gary, a Keith, and Steph. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
He did it in the end, at least.
Yeah.
I'll write you a letter. It might be quicker. Let's start with Steph. Hi, Steph, mate. What are you up to, buddy?
Morning, chap. How you doing?
Good.
Well, as I'm doing Fox Hotel, and it comes as Fox Kilo, I've got a new little toy came through the post this morning.
Oh, yes.
So I can cut my masking tape really, really fine.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, look at that. Oh, you're not kidding. Look at that. Holy moly.
So I'm doing Fox Hotel on both sides. This is the first side I've started. And... oh, sorry. So you can see what I'm up to. And I've went through all my spare decal sheets because I need to do ZA 446. Sorry, 466 down there.
Yeah.
And I've got, I don't know. Anyway, they're white lettering.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use those. So that's what I'm going to be using for ZA 446 down there.
Brilliant.
So, fingers crossed, it all works.
Yeah. How long has that taken you so far then?
That's taken me about an hour.
Okay. All right.
But
yeah.
Did all the measurements first.
Yeah, very good.
And then expanded them so I can read them. So I've got my measurements there.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm doing.
That's awesome, mate. Super detailed. Love it. Love it. Let's have a look. All right, let's go for Gary next. Hey, buddy.
How's it going, Malcolm?
Oh, really well. Thank you.
That's good.
Very well. A little bit tired today. That's the life, I suppose. That's the way it is. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, Malcolm.
So, what is this amazing thing you have on your desk?
Got a couple of coats of paint put onto the Land Rover last night. Got a wee bit of more work done in the engine compartment.
Yeah.
Got the radiator fixed, and I got the sump underneath where the grill goes fixed on last night as well. So I'm just painting this up. I have a rake of wee ammo boxes to go. There's a rake of them to go into it before I can put on the gun turret. But I have to say, lovely kit to work with.
Yeah, I mean, the detail is incredible.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend this kit to anybody.
Okay. How do the parts go in and glue? Do they once they're glued in, and do they stay, or is it quite fiddly?
It's fiddly work, a wee bit of super glue. I just use the wee small amount of super glue to fix them all into place. But they usually just fit in very tight.
Yeah.
But a wee small dab of super glue does no harm just to keep them in the position.
That's fab. Awesome. Yeah. Did you decide how you're going to do your opening and closing bonnet?
I've been taking a wee bit of work on YouTube there, trying to figure it out, but I think I will make it so the bonnet can open on it.
Wow, that'd be cool. And it'll be a remote control, and you just have to press a button and it'll pop up, yeah?
Yeah, something like that. Hopefully it'll work like that.
Well, that's the plan, huh?
Yeah, that's the plan of attack anyway at the moment.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting because you're going to have all 3 Land Rovers all lined up.
Yeah.
And you're building them all, so they all have the same style of painting and weathering. But obviously, you'll be able to, should be able to see the technical kit difference between the last one you did and this one.
You can actually notice it from the Pink Panther to the Sandy-colored one. You can notice the difference in them 2 eras alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? The way they mounted their jimpies and stuff like that there is completely different from the 70s and the 80s.
Right. Gosh,
you can sort of notice that wee bit of difference in each one of them so far.
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see them all, all lined up. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. Hurry up.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you are storming through it though. To be honest,
yeah,
it's really good. Well done, mate.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Hi, Keith. How are you, sir?
Hi, I'm fine.
Awesome. What have you been up to?
We shall today. Aldrich leaves the bench. Again, like I said, we seem to be suffering from excess light from the windows. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
So Baldrick is done and leaves the bench today.
Yeah, I saw you put some photographs up.
I've got a couple of... I have put them on the website this morning.
Fab.
On the Facebook page, Modeller's Mess. And I have some 135th men who I inadvertently used the wrong colour for the uniform. I've now got the correct, so I'm going to change their uniform colours, and then I can send those up to Peter in Scotland.
Oh, right. That's
along with some other bits I've done. Yes, that's for the Mulberry Harp.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going to have to think which figure I do next. It's either the lollipop figure. So I either do the clown and the little girl with the lollipop. So I either have a go at him or I have a go at my dragon girl.
Ah, yes.
I shall have a think about that while I do other things.
How's the tank?
And then decide. The tank sat at the back. That's got a little bit of muck on it. Very much. I may put a bit more muck on that after I've done these gentlemen today.
Brilliant.
So I think I might do a little bit more mucking up of the tank, but again, I'm trying to keep it very, very subtle.
Yes, absolutely. No, you've done really well, mate.
I don't do really dirty things.
Thomas has said, Keith, have you thought of mounting Baldrick inside a small ornate picture frame so it looks like a 3D oil painting?
That's an interesting idea. We'd want a slightly ornate one, wouldn't we?
Yes.
I shall have a think about that, because I made a block up for him to sit on, but I'm not 100% sure about that block. But that was the piece of wood I had, and that was the best way I could get it to fit to hold him up.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, well, I think that's a nice idea, Thomas. I like that. Thanks, Keith.
I think that is, yes. I think that's a good idea from Thomas.
Right, I'm going to see if I can switch this camera. Nah, see, I thought that was going to happen. I'm trying to move my bits and pieces about.
Oh, we see what you're doing now.
Yeah, that's right. That's. Hang on, bear with me. I think I'd sort this out before, wouldn't you? But no. All right, that might. Well, oh no, hang on. Let me just put it all back to how it used to be. I'll play with it when I'm not on air. Right, hello. Let's go full screen because everyone's desperate to see how the paper's going. So what do I do? Yes, so last time I had finished the vise, and that's great. And then I had a little kind of play putting all the parts together that I'd done already, and that was good. And it just proved how blooming big the thing is. I mean, the thigh section was about that wide, which is about the width of spacebar at least. So it's going to be big. I haven't glued it all together yet, obviously. I'm going to wait until later on, and then probably use some magnets. And maybe use a washer behind them to hold them on. So this is the last piece that I made. It's one of the parts for the other leg that goes this way, and then this part of the leg kind of comes. Which way did it go? I can't remember. I'll still look it up, but it kind of goes this way on the back of the leg here, and when there's lots of cylinders and things to do. And I got about 6 pages of cutouts to do, which is incredible because it's going to take me ages. I mean, how long have I been spending on this already? About 40 hours. So we've probably got another 20 hours at least of work to do before we even get close to finishing and putting it all together. However, I will do my damnedest to do it as best as I can, as I always try. Right, that's it really. I'm going to carry on doing these parts and cut them out. I've got all the sheets with me right here. Let's grab them. Here they are. Lots and lots and lots of sheets. One of them is one that I'm working on now. I have to find it. And there you go. That's me. I'll pop us back onto normal screen. Where's the button? Button. Right, in the chat. Thomas is back. Carl says it's like herding cats, man. Yes, it is sometimes. It is. It's like herding cats. You just need to have a little bit of a fish in your pocket or something to attract cats in the right direction. It's always the way.
Was that Carl Smith?
Oh, gentle persuasion. Say again?
Was that Carl Smith?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, hello, Carl. How you doing, mate? How's life?
Yeah, popped in to say hi. This is great.
Lovely Centurion.
Yeah. Thomas says
really good.
Fell off the internet for back, but he's back. And then he says about Keith's mounting the baldric in a frame. That was a great idea. Oh, and Rob Tonk says, oh dear, Rubicon have released details of their new Vietnam War models.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. I remember he was talking, was it Monday, talking about the railway gun, I think, or was it last week? And I saw that on their site as well. And yeah, looks wonderful. So once you've built them all, Rob, we would love to see how they're getting on. Because I'm sure you're going to be buying some Vietnam War stuff. Did they got the is it the Chindits as well as that Vietnam War?
No, the Chindits were Second World War.
Ah, sorry, right, gotcha. But yeah, there's I think the rules are the bolt action rules are for Vietnam as well, aren't they? Lots of different things. In fact, Gary is getting himself into bolt action soon, aren't you, mate?
yeah, I wouldn't mind getting that Vietnam stuff. I'm really interested in that.
Yeah. Go and have a check. I assume it's on their website. I haven't looked. And Rob says that he would have shredded the paper kit by now. Yes. Well, there is a shredder, not over an arm's reach away. So, yes. It's, yeah. It has been times when at the beginning, there was times when I thought, oh, I want to do something else. But I've just pushed on, just pushed through it. Gone on with it, you know. And I'm glad I did, because soon I'll be done.
Yeah, the old "what the hell am I doing here?"
Yeah, kind of. But, you know, it gives me something to do, doesn't it? Eh? Keeps me off the streets. Keeps me busy. Keeps my hand in, as they say. And I've been kind of enjoying it here and now, would you believe? It is super fiddly. And, yeah, that's the way it is. Oh, and also, Thomas, if you saw in the Model's Mess, Thomas made a fantastic video about sharpening knives.
Oh yeah, that is well worth a watch, gents.
Yeah, absolutely. It says, "Oh, it's just a quick thing I threw together," and then it's got titles, editing,
Yeah, and you look at it and go, "Yeah, you threw that together."
Yeah, I know. What am I doing?
No, I want to know what he's bad at.
Yes,
because he's really, really frustrating.
That's but the video is really good. So he explains the different parts of the knife, and he explains the angle that you should sharpen at and how to use the bottom of the cup. This is the one I was using earlier.
Yeah, all the angles of the dangles and everything else.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. So following from that, though, I watched then some other videos on different sharpening knives and end up going down the rabbit hole, as you say. But yeah, I've done some sharpening, and it has made a difference somewhat to this. This particular blade that I worked on, it is sharper, but I think I need to. I'm not sure if I need to get rid of this metal on here, the little bits of metal. If I clean that off, or that has to stay, I don't know. Thomas will tell me. Granddad is spinning in his grave as he was a chindit. Oh, sorry. There you go. Apologies. That's my brain for you. So yeah, that is a good video to watch. It's on the Model's Mess. But yeah, it has made a difference, this blade. So I'll do that every now and again.
Yeah, and as Thomas has stated, please, guys, don't share it.
Yep, don't share it, please.
Yeah, he's asked not to share it.
Yep. I don't think it is shareable. I think it's set to private. I think.
Is it? Cool.
I think so. I'm sure I saw something like that on it. But yeah, please don't share it. Just keep it within us in our groups. Plasticine or putty rubber will remove the metal from the cup. Oh, okay. Okay. So I take it I do need to remove it then. I guess it fills. Does it fill the gaps? So it doesn't. It's not as rough anymore.
It will clog the sharpening action eventually.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. So I guess on a whetstone, you'd be washing that away anyway, wouldn't you?
It tends to wash out on a wet.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All these things. Nice to learn. But yeah, it has made
one of the things with grindstones. If you grind too softer material with a grindstone, then it clogs the stones up.
Right. Got you. Brilliant. So are they bringing out lots of Vietnam vehicles, or which ones have they already brought out then, Rob? I wonder if they have. Do they have any rules in bolt action for air strikes or anything like that? Well, they do. Okay. So yeah, this takes quite a while to cut out these parts. It'll take even longer to stick together. So this entire show might be just on this bit. Making it look like that. Not just a cube. It's a cube with extras. Did anyone get their IPMS magazine through the post? Those of us who are IPMS members?
I'm still waiting for mine. It's a bit like the internet, it takes a while to get here.
You're so far away from civilization.
It comes out on the first stagecoach out of Winchester.
Well, it's got a really interesting Land Rover article in there. I sent a couple of photos to Gary for his references for his Land Rovers. And there's also a really good article in there about the Facine. So I wonder if our John has seen it. I'm sure he has. He's not here today. Have you seen the Facine? Rob says, sorry to PM you, Malcolm. This is all that Rubicon have said. Oh, where is it then? Okay, yeah. So on Rubicon's website, there's just a bit of information about they're going to be releasing a new project for July, and the range will be Vietnam figures and vehicles in resin and pewter. Oh, okay. Yeah, go and have a check out. That looks good. No Dave this afternoon?
Not as far as I'm aware.
No. I think Dave will enjoy his next time on. Got a little surprise for him.
That's what Caroline tells me, Malcolm.
What, that she's got a surprise for Dave?
No, that you've got a little surprise.
Oh.
Sorry.
Not much of a surprise, mate, not now. After many years of marriage.
Many apologies, it just slipped out.
Hey, that's what she said.
Dum-dum.
So do you think Thomas has a folder on his computer or his phone for fruitcake photographs and languages?
He does now.
All lined up, ready to go. Hello, fruitcakes. My desk is wobbly. Never usually like this. What's going on?
You want to see my hands, mate?
Yeah. You usually got the wobbly shakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, looking at the thinness of your masking tape, I think I would say you overcome that. Or at least it isn't an issue for you when it comes to modelling.
Yeah, I've learned that when you do it, if you're doing something fiddly like this, the way to do it is breathe. Don't stop breathing, because when you stop breathing, that's when the shakes start to appear.
Yeah.
I've got an ever so slight tremor anyway.
Cheers.
I've always found the same with myself. My hands are very weak. And then I end up resting out against the bench.
Yeah.
Or against my knee, and then everything shakes together, and then it's the same then.
It's relative.
Yes.
A relative vibration. Well, I'm very lucky. I don't have any of that problem at all. I do have asthma though, and when I was younger, if I had an asthma attack and I had to take a lot of salbutamol or be on a nebulizer, that would give me incredibly bad shakes. And it was almost impossible to do anything with your hands.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's only when I have to have that medicine. Which, touch wood, I haven't had to have for many years.
Apparently coffee doesn't help. If you drink strong coffee, that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, that's right. It's the caffeine in it, isn't it? Doesn't help. I mean, if you've already got the shakes, then I guess it's not going to make much difference. But I'm certainly, yes, you're right. It doesn't help.
Well, my brother went to the doctor recently. He said because he started shaking more now, and the doctor looked at him. He said, "Well, do you drink strong coffee?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "I take it even stronger than I ever used to now to just get the taste of it." And he said, "Well," he said, "you like cider, don't you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, as you're having trouble with it, when you're welding," he said, "have a pint of cider before you start welding." He said, "That should help even it out."
That Dorset doctor. Is that Dorset doctor?
Yes, it is, strangely enough, yes.
Did he recommend a brand of cider, perhaps?
No. No, the other thing is that he said, "Well, your daughter's old enough; she ought to learn to weld her own cars up now."
Gosh, an apple a day, or a fermented pint of apples a day, keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, the stronger the better.
Yeah, doctor's orders.
Yeah. I wish I had a doctor like that.
Yeah. Oh, Rob says about the Vietnam things. He says you can't see it on the website. he had that message from them on Facebook about the Vietnam vehicles and figures. I guess we must have signed up to their newsletter or something, I guess. He says they're supposed to be letting us know what is to be released this month on the stuff that is ready. Oh, okay. Well, it will be on the site then eventually. Thomas says he accidentally joined the IPMS. I went to join the IMPS. We got the letter mixed up. Okay, what's the IMPS?
That's Lincoln City, poor bloke. The imps.
Oops. No, I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's funny. Oh yeah, I've heard Thomas talk
I keep buying model kits, model magazines.
Yes, that's right. Thomas says, push your tongue on the roof of your mouth when doing something fiddly. I think you said that before about that. Try that. Try that, Keith.
Why is Keith doing something more fiddly than me?
No, we're talking about the fiddly bits that his brother was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, usually my tongue's sticking out. So that's not what for me.
Apparently, I purse my lips when I'm doing something fiddly.
Oh.
Because I'll be doing something really, really fiddly, and Lisa's watching me, and she's tittering away. What are you laughing at, you? Why? Could you keep pursing your lips like that? It's really funny. Thanks, Mrs.
It's going to happen a lot, isn't it, in this hobby?
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, we don't usually hang out for spectators. It's not a spectator sport.
Thank God it's not.
I mean, nobody would sit watching anybody else model.
God, no. It's ridiculous. Or even think that people would sit down and watch people model. That's a crazy idea.
I've always found it works quite well at a model show, though, to model, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It does get a bit of interest at the table.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't get anything done.
You really don't want to over-engage yourself in something too complex.
No, and I know the times that you've done it, you don't usually get much done because you're sitting there. Don't you have a sign saying, please interrupt me or something?
I have before now been known to put out a sign, please talk to me, I get lonely.
That would make
because people they come past you and they just seem to zone out on people. And I think, no, it's a case of let's be social.
Yeah.
Please talk to me. I'm a sad old man.
Yeah. Oh, it works.
Yeah,
it does work. And
yeah, I know that.
But again, I mean, Peter talks to people. Peter talks to people, and he's airbrushing it at the shows.
That's right.
And it's not unknown for him to actually hand his airbrush over to somebody else in the kit and say, "Have a go."
And how many airbrushes he had stolen?
He's done all right. Apparently Sam's just got his airbrush back now. And he had a tissue paper with a big pile of goo that the chap had managed to dig out of it. And the instructions, clean it out next time.
Well, there's one side done. 1 hour and 40 minutes. There you go, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really cool. I love it. It's so good.
It's... Oh, I can see some issues. Yeah. Need to play around with that. Okay, you can take it off the screen now.
Never going to be super perfect, mate.
You'll see the issues we won't.
To me.
Oh, Mr. Oliver's just in. A few comments as well. Thomas has said, those keyboard wrist gel pads are good for those with tremors. Yeah, I use that on the PC. Rob Tonks, Rubicon, and Rubicon mid-July is the following. M4A1 75 Sherman, A76 Sherman, Firefly, Horse and Wagon, Panzer III Ausf, and a Comet. Nice. Thomas Giles has said, sitting watching people build models has been my spectator sport for the last couple of weeks. Also, Rob Tonks, also another horse-drawn wagon and accessories set. Panzer Wagon, Triple One, Aus F, EHJL, whatever that is, yeah. And then Thomas has said, Steph, that is not how you spell fish. And then we go, life in the broom cupboard, the mop of slop, the duster of butter, Mr. David Oliver.
Yeah, from the tree avenue somewhere.
Oh, Dave.
Hello.
Can you just have a quick look at your screen, please?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking.
How are you, Dave?
I'm all right, thank you.
How's Gordon? Just for you, my friend.
Sorry?
Just for you.
Thank you very much.
What are you up to, bud?
Recovering from that.
Yeah. Now what are you up to?
I'm trying to fit the wingtips on this F-18. You can see I move it over a bit, but they don't really want to fit. Surprise, surprise.
Are you having one side up?
Sorry?
Are you having one side up and then the other side down?
No, we're just having both down, I think.
Okay.
I think, from what I can figure out, I think one side up is almost like a display thing they do.
Ah.
Yeah, when they're on carrier, I think, yeah, obviously there are instances where maybe they do, but it seems to me that it's, display thing. So.
A space saver, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you've seen reference pictures of all the things you're doing. So I guess if they've all got them down, then yeah, put them down.
Yeah, well, it's again when it's on carrier and it's loaded up, they're either both down or both up.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've seen one up is like when it's like on a static display at an air show or something.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a salute, isn't it? In planes, the film, and the Corsair puts one of his wings up as a salute.
Yeah, it's tempting, but it's not. I mean, they're not. It's about another 5 centimeters, I think, on the end of the wingtip. So it's. I just think sometimes it's like, you know, when you do cutaway models, like you open everything up. I think sometimes it's almost, there's a point where you almost lose the lines of the aircraft.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
So it's almost like I remember when I did my MiG-23. There was a build I was following. I mean, he did a beautiful job, but he opened up every panel on this thing, and it it just didn't look like a MiG-23 anymore. I mean, he really went to town on it and did a great job, but yeah, it sort of almost didn't look like an aeroplane anymore.
Well, I guess you're going to have wheels down. You're going to have canopy open, aren't you? So it's enough.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Cool. Well, mate. So all you've been doing the undercarriage and that. Have you decided to pin them?
I think we'll see how it goes. I think, having done a test fit of them, looking how they fit in the undercarriage bay, they've got, so they sort of triangulate, as it were. You know, there's a you can see there's hopefully enough support for them. So we'll see how we get on. I think again it's one of those things you just don't know till it's going to be finished. You know.
Yeah.
But as I said, always get metal ones if there is a problem.
Yeah, have them on standby.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers, Dave. Get Gordon to help you out.
Oh dear.
Thomas says, ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Rob Tonk says, lol. Excellent. I'm glad that makes you laugh. James Skiffin says, afternoon all. Sorry not with you, but wounded. Wounded by a saw. Thanks to my missus. Oh, gosh. Well, that'd be a story. Look forward to seeing him and telling us the story.
But he never saw that coming.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Cutting remarks.
Yeah, when she explained it, she got a point across.
Oh, brilliant. No, I can't think of anything. Sorry. That's right. Rob says he just had an email from Rubicon. And your wife is in it. Okay. Right. Plus, for Gary, they have screenshots of the Vietnamese figures.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, so you got another load of. I saw you got another load of Rubicon models. That's cool.
Yeah. Last week, big old pallet full. It was amazing. You know, just can't thank them enough.
Anything new or?
Yes, LVTs and some artillery.
Okay.
The rest of them are the Russian tanks. I forget, Shermans and Tigers. I think.
Cool.
They will be distributed as before. It's interesting. We've got about 3 or 4 kits left from last year's donation. So it goes to show how long they take to get out.
Yeah, I think I've got a few, 1 or 2 get back. They were really combat stress. A lot of the guys there like them, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Thomas says, I thought that was Malcolm's daughter. Oh, you're talking about the picture next of my wife next to the palette? Yeah, that's my wife. And the treasurer of Models for Heroes. Thomas says, Dave, I've seen a half and half display, one side open up, the other closed, with a mirror behind it, so you can see what the aircraft looks like.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, especially if you, if you put all that effort into the detail and you put it on the table, and it looks great from all angles, but people are only going to see it from one side.
Yeah.
That's a nice idea. I have an F-14 that I opened up a lot of the panels underneath to show the avionics and bits and bobs, and I put that on a mirror so you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it with did a FMA Picara. I spent so long on the blooming thing. I just thought, and I did it. I put a mirror under. I had a paper print of an airstrip, and I cut out holes so it almost looked like puddles.
Yeah.
So it reflect, so you could see up in the undercarriage space.
Oh, okay, that's clever. Oh, that's very clever. I like that idea. Clever man.
I'll find a picture of it somewhere. I don't. So.
Thomas says, "Never forget the safety word." What's that about then, Thomas? Are you talking about the safe word? Don't know. And Rob says that's the picture of Caroline with the palette. That's right. It is. It is indeed.
The conversation is a little unpalatable.
I think your delivery was not very good on that one.
So I'm sorry. Does that mean I'm fired?
No, but we should put you back in the box.
Back in the cupboard.
Come out the closet.
Yeah. I'm grey.
Yeah. No, I'm grey. Oops.
It's going to be my mic. Just taking a bite of bagel. Hang on. Thomas said, I recorded a video about making a cardboard box. It got taped for prosperity. Oh, Thomas safety word talking about the incident with the saw with James. Well, yeah, I don't think it was a private event. It was probably them putting up the pergola in their garden. The incident with the saw. Oh, I lost my cotton stick thing. Not cotton bud, my cocktail stick. Where's it gone?
It's just there, Malcolm.
No, look there. It's not where it usually is. Which is worrying. I did have it earlier on.
You'll find it when you stand on it.
Oh, it's on the floor. We've had lots of Airfix flying hours come in. All these.
Cool.
This week. So that's great.
Girls filling in passports?
Well, I've been doing it myself. When we get a big delivery of them, then yeah, we have a little family sticking session. But if they come in small amounts, I'll just pop them in, between writing emails and things. So that's great. They're coming in.
Cool.
Had 3 referrals come in today, I believe.
Nice.
They're starting to stack up. Yeah. There must have been an email go out somewhere, or a post went on a forum or something that I don't know about. A lot of the referral requests came in all at once. So that's good. We were talking about Tidworth House, Help for Heroes, reopening up in August. Remember Geordie telling us that. Well, some staff aren't going to be unfurloughed until the end of October.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know whether the reopening of the recovery centres is still going to be August or not. We'll have to find out. You're on your Tesco's, folks, aren't you? Find out what they're doing.
Yep. I spoke to the community champion last week, and she said once we have any clear idea, we're going to email everybody and let them know.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of waiting.
Yep. You're ready to go now, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
You'll be at the door, knocking the door down.
Oh, too right. I've also just seen what I'd like for my birthday.
Oh, just before we change the subject, I did have to talk shop for a sec. I did have an email from a potential beneficiary who lives reasonably close to you. So,
all right, cool.
I gave him the Wellingborough email.
Yep.
And so look out for that. That's all.
Okay.
Carry on.
Thank you.
Sorry. What did you say? You saw something you want to buy for your birthday?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to stick it under Lisa's nose.
Oh, right.
Volunteer who works with me in Wellingborough, Chris. He did that Vulcan and Lightnings for me.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
And he's just sent me the link to the printer he bought.
Ooh.
And I'm looking at it going, Norm!
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a whole new hobby, that is.
Yeah.
Itself.
I've done a little CAD before, but I passed on some details to AIM. You know, aircraft in miniature.
Nope.
Have you heard? Okay. And he's done the CAD design for what is called a Type W loader, a Wendy.
Right.
But he's got sidetracked with something else, and this was over 2 years ago. So I've decided that if I do get one, then I'm going to design a Type W loader and get it out there. I know the arm was
stuff. Sorry, Steph.
No, it does aircraft. It's AIM, aircraft in miniature.
Got you. Okay.
So, yeah. So I'm going to get it out to the guys. Right, I'm going to go and get a coffee. Anybody else want one?
Nope, good.
Okay. Oh, got a big comment. James's comment. Nice picture of Caroline Pallet. I recorded putting stickies under the picnic hamper. Did you see that one? Thomas says
your cotton stick is under the picnic hamper.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not under there.
Right,
There's my picnic hamper. I know.
Oh, good Lord!
Thomas likes to see what I have. There's nothing in that one.
Yeah, because it's gone.
Because it's been eaten.
Yeah. Thomas just said, I had a mate in Germany on a barrack room inspection. He put a fish tank in his room and a couple of sprigs from a bush outside. Told the inspecting officer that there was stick insects in it. He had great fun watching the duty officer trying to spot them. We all joined in saying we could see them. In reality, there was nothing there. It was hilarious.
It's good.
That is awesome. Awesome. Right. Gary, 4 sugars.
Please.
Dave, Keith.
I've got a coffee, thank you.
Keith won't answer because he's on mute.
He will answer you eventually.
Yeah. I'll be gone, but I'll have gone and made my coffee and come back by then.
Oops. Talking to my
Sorry,
friend,
I didn't realise I was muted.
Talking to my friend, he lives in Alabama, and he was trying to do some model making yesterday. It was so humid. He said the paint was drying in the cup of the airbrush. He's got a moisture trap on the bottom of his airbrush and one on the compressor, and he said within the hour you've got to empty both of them. It's just
what?
He gave up in the end. He said it's just not happening.
Yeah, I think humidity and temperature is a big part to play in people's airbrushing, because you're particularizing the atomizing. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's what you get the orange peel effect, isn't it? When the paint's drying before it hits the model.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, it just builds up mountains and mountains of it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, sorry, Keith. The rules are that if you're not part of a conversation, one of us will mute you if you got any noises coming from you. So maybe Steph muted you, or I did. I can't remember.
Okay.
Don't take it personally.
That's all right. It was no. It was just I said I sent you an email this morning.
Oh yeah.
With the government details on opening community spaces and rooms and halls. It's not come from my usual email address, though.
Oh. Where did you send it to?
Your Model Sphere Heroes org address.
No, I haven't got it, Keith.
Okay. I'll resend it to you later.
Thanks, mate. No, it's not even in
I'll send it from my Models for Heroes.
Yes, please do, yeah. Oh, door. Yeah. Right, back in a sec.
Oh, has Malcolm gone?
He just disappeared for a minute, I think.
Okie dokie. Have you read the comment from Thomas about the stuffed cat?
No.
Right. At Crossford, I had a stuffed cat on my bed for room inspection and even had a bowl of cat food out and cat toys. It was a Royal Navy officer. She came in and went livid that I had a pet in my room. So she reached over to stroke it and realised it was stuffed. She said it was not funny. So she goes to my mate's room. He had a vivarium. She saw the python in it and said, "You're not getting me again with that joke." Reached in and it reared up. She ran screaming down the corridor. No more room inspections after that.
I'll be back in a minute, stuff. All right.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I love that. I wonder if did you put the cat thing in to keep him away from the python thing? I wonder if it was a decoy or if it just happened that way. That's funny.
Whoops.
Yeah. While we're waiting,
I used to get the cabin inspections occasionally.
while we're waiting for Thomas. Oh, he's answered. There you go. Just happened that way.
Right. Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah. Dave.
Hello.
I got a new toy today. Don't know whether you can see that.
What's that? Oh, okay. That's handy.
So you cut the length and thickness that way. So you cut the thickness that way, and then you cut the length that way.
Okay.
So it goes from 0.4 thickness that way, all the way down to 1 mil. And then your length's down this side. And then you got
who
square.
makes that?
Sorry?
Who makes that?
I don't know, but I can send you a link for it on Wish.
Yes, please.
But I've got 5 mil squares, 4 mil squares, and 2.5 mil squares on the other side. And I got that one as well.
Okay. That's handy.
That looks groovy.
Yeah. So I will send you. I'll put the link in the mess.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
We were all grown-ups on a course, very long in the tooth, so we played up as Cosford insisted that we have room inspections. All of us were full screws, so we mucked about.
Nice.
Keith, did you say you had cabin inspections?
Yes. Yes, every week the captain and nominated officers from the ship, when we were at sea, would go around and inspect all the cabins. And our chief engineer decided it would be good for us if we went and did the inspections for him.
Yeah.
With the captain. And it was just one of those things that when you were at sea for a period of time, people would just start to get lax and not clean up and not shave and not wash the clothes.
Wow.
So we had the weekly cabin inspections, and we had to put our full uniforms on and our hats and go around with the captain and a notebook, and he would go around every one of the crew's cabins and make sure that it was clean and tidy and that the pictures of naked ladies were appropriately displayed. But it was just a way of making sure that people didn't sink into this sort of state of, oh, we've got, we've been here for 2 months and we've been working 4 hours on and 8 hours off for 2 months, and that's it.
Yeah. Can't be easy.
We were quite lucky because we didn't very often do the longer trips, because we were the small ship. We very often ran out of water if we stayed out too long, because they'd taken our evaporators out and put an oily water separator in so that we didn't gum up the harbours.
Right. Oh, Thomas says, so can you put a link up for that groovy tool, Steph? Groovy tool. Oh, it's raining. Great. And I got my washing out. Great. When you look and it's really, really, really pouring, and then you think, oh, I've got my washing out, and then you realize it's absolutely tipping down. So there's literally no reason for me to go out there now and pull that washing in because it's soaked. So it's going to have to wait until it dries up outside. Okay.
Oh, sugar.
You right? You dropped some in?
No, it's just trying to get these wingtips to fit together.
Oh.
And locating pegs are in the wrong place.
Well, at least it's consistent.
Yeah, oh yeah. I must be disappointed if they were.
Yeah.
Such a shame. With a bit, could just see with a bit more care, this could have been a really, really good ship.
Yeah.
There we go.
Which parts are those, Gary? I just saw you finish 2 bits. What are those?
Just the ammunition boxes.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, awesome. There are lots of those on that logo.
A lot with these.
What with the kit? What do you decals and things do you get? What options do you get with it?
You only get one decal.
Right. Oh, right.
It didn't come with any markings.
Oh, okay. Is the decal for the dashboard?
Yeah.
Did you see on the model's message? You see Colin Patterson's Spitfire cockpit.
I did.
Yeah. See what I think he's done there. He's just taken a photograph of a Spitfire cockpit and then used Photoshop to make it look like it's a model. Because that's the only explanation. There was a photograph on one of the modeling forums I was following a while back, and a guy put a picture up of was it a Mini or an MG or a small sort of domestic sports car in his garage, and the photograph was like, "Check out my new ride" or something. And someone said, "Sorry, can you delete the post because it wasn't, it's not to do with models." Anyway, the guy says, "Sorry, but this is a model." And you look at the photograph and you think, "There's no, it's not," because the light's exactly right. You can see the sky in the background, but he's just photographed it so well, and the model had been put together so awesomely that he actually fooled the admins. That's really good. Depressing.
There's that American car modeler, isn't there? And it does street scenes. Have you seen those at all?
I haven't. I've seen a guy who does kind of like disheveled buildings and things, and puts loads of rubbish and stuff outside, and put graffiti on and things like that. And you only know it's real until he puts his hand in.
Yeah. No, this guy does like, old sort of 19th, all kinds of stuff. Sort of like he did like a 1950 drive-through restaurant, and it just looks real. It just looks real. You just think, yeah.
I think a lot of it is in the photography, isn't it? And the skill.
Yeah. Well, what he'll do is he'll do a street scene, and then he'll shoot it in his road. So.
Yeah.
So let's get like a forced perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Links are up, gents.
Oh, well done, mate. Thomas says the American model you're on about with the car sadly passed away.
Okay.
He says, I'm going to teach that technique on my model photography course. Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that with Help for Heroes or whoever we're going to do it with.
There's the British modeler who did an oil drum a few years ago, wasn't there?
What was that?
Yeah.
He did a rusty oil drum on a pallet on a bit of wasteland.
Yeah.
And he's done some beautiful cars sat in the weeds and bushes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Stuff like that makes me happy. Must be, I don't know. Must be something plugged into my mind that makes me pleased to see well-made models. Oh, Thomas said, oh, it's a long one again. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Thomas has said, bear with me. On my second tour of Iraq, we were in tents, and we were all sectioned. We were all sectioned of our particular areas for privacy. Me, being a prankster, decided to have a Bedouin prince's bed space. So I had a Persian carpet, steamer trunks, a silk duvet, and I had sent out lots of white sheets from the UK and then stitched it together and made a huge white interior. On the inside, I have a palm tree and a pot, which I nicked from the hotel. I even had a smoking jacket and a rattan chair. My OC came on inspection and thought it was brilliant. And I even managed to find a bowl and a carafe. Carafe? Next to it. Carafe. Lawrence of Arabia would have been proud. Oh, I bet that was fun to put up. So what's a carafe then?
Something you drink wine out of, I think.
Yeah, you put wine in it.
It's a jug thing, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a wine storage jug, isn't it? This.
Okay. It's a water jug. Sorry, says, gotcha. Carafe. Never heard that before. Carafe. Has it got a special spout or something? So fiddly. Oh, God. I've actually found that if I look at my monitor, I can actually model by looking at the monitor and not even looking down. You all notice that?
Never tried it.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. I just did it just then. I refocused the camera, and as I was doing it, I was manipulating it while I was looking at it. Good Lord. Cool. It's like one of those surgeries, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I can see it better on the monitor than I can in real life.
There was Southern Expo a few years back. There was a guy who was, very, very visually impaired. He had his sort of care assistant with him, and she was taking photographs of models because he'd sort of, you could see he got really close up to him. But when he was at home, that's how he modelled. He had a big flat screen TV with a camera pointed at his workbench.
Yeah,
and so he could obviously see what he was doing.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's that scene in Amelie, isn't there? Remember that film?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, it's a good film. You should watch it. It's a painter, and he's got exactly the same thing. Right. Oh no, hang on. No, that's not true. No, that's completely a lie. That's not true. He's got a camera looking at a watch, and that is plugged into the telly, and that's how he looks at the time. That's right. But yeah, whatever works, I guess.
Yeah.
You right, Kerry?
Yeah.
Somebody was giggling.
I think it was Keith.
Was it? Oh, Keith's got cake or sandwich or something. Hang on. Let's go to Keith. Keith's got food.
I have a vegetation and a little tiny bit of meat in my bread roll.
Oh, good for you. Bit of meat and veg, meat and two veg, as they say.
Well, it's salad. It's a healthy roll.
Good.
With seeds.
Seeds. You sound overjoyed.
But it's a 1-to-1 scale roll. I was just giggling at Thomas's last comment.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I just seen it. Yes.
Yes. You've just seen that one.
I have seen that. Yes, I'm not sure if I. Okay. Can I say? I don't know. Looking at the monitor and fiddling with it is known colloquially as porn. Especially if you need something to make it look bigger. Much helpful. More helpful.
Oh, yes.
Right. Come on. Oh, we've got 4 people watching. Say hello. Tell us what you're doing. And who you is. Hello. Oh, you be a lurker. Steph.
Malcolm.
What's Mark working on now? Finished his Tonka.
He's on to his Phantom.
Yes, he is, yes. Oh, I didn't know that. How's he getting on with it?
Oh, he's really good at doing the burnt metal bits. It's looking cracking.
Yeah. So yesterday evening I lit my new rocket stove, which is made of steel, I assume. And that had that, as we were burning that, it started to have the blue, purpley colour come up. It should look really good. Did you share, or did Thomas say, or somebody shared a colour chart about that?
Me.
It was you, yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
Is that with aluminium or is that with steel?
That, I believe, is with steel.
Oh, right. I assume it's different for aluminium.
It has to be. It'll have to be with steel. Aluminium doesn't show heat colour.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
If you get aluminium hot, it doesn't show any surface change as it heats up, and it just goes spludging a big puddle at your feet.
Right.
Our tinsmiths used to anneal aluminium with a wooden stick in their hand, and they play the oxyacetylene torch over it, and then rub the stick on it. And when the stick's charred, then they've got it hot enough to anneal it. So if you weren't using an oven, that was the only way you could really anneal aluminium.
Ah, okay.
But I've got colour charts here for steel because that's what you used when you were tempering steel. After it had been hardened, you used to polish it, and then you would heat a certain colour band to reduce the hardness, and it became tempered.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Thomas says he's got a factoid inbound. Be ready. He's furiously typing.
Okay, we're ready for that when it arrives.
Yeah, we're set. Tricky jerky.
Yeah, right. I think that's the tank grubbied up and nuts.
Oh, show us to the camera, mate.
Hang on, just spotted a splotch of the wrong colour paint there. There we go. There we are. It's subtly done, I think, a bit more than anything else. The bills I've put a wash in and that, and then when it goes onto a base, I will muddy the base and around the tracks as well.
Oh, that's great. Well done, mate. Yeah, well done. You did. What was that? 3-week build? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
It's a couple of weeks, isn't it? Maybe 3 weeks.
Good job. Are you going to make a diorama, or is that completed?
I think I'll just have a little base for it to stand on with some mud.
Right. Of course.
But I'm going to make some. I've got some bases I've started, and the idea is I have some bases which I can take out and drop one of several vehicles on, so it won't be overly detailed. It'll just be a base, slightly muddy base, which I can put that or other vehicles on.
Yeah. Cool. Good job, mate.
I shall have to find cupboard space for it now.
Put it on the kitchen table.
Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble again, aren't you?
Well, no. If you put it on the kitchen table, it will naturally find its space. You'll see.
If I put it on the kitchen table, it would be put in my chair. Which is the hint that I have to find somewhere to put it.
Right. Gosh, I love it.
That's if I wish to sit down, anyway.
Yes, that's right. Hint, hint. As a factoid from Steph. Sorry. There's a factoid. There's a factoid from Thomas. Would you like to read that one out, Steph? Or do you want me to read it?
Give me a sec.
That's right. I'll read it. Thomas says, "Did you know they used young girls in munitions factories to clean and polish the brass cartridges for artillery in the First and Second World Wars?
Yep.
The estrogen in their fingers acted like an acid, and their fingerprints etched the brass. Many, many years later, the elderly women they became were fingerprinted and matched to the munitions in the museums because the fingerprints were still on the brass." Wow.
Did you also know that their nickname was canaries, the yellow canaries?
No, I did not. No.
Yep, because one of the chemicals in the propellant used to turn their skin yellow.
Oh, okay.
It was amatol. Amatol women had to be introduced to gently. They couldn't be introduced to it too much straight away.
Yeah.
And it would be absorbed through your feet, through the soles of your shoes, up through into the body. And it would actually turn the skin yellow. And your hair, if you were fair-haired, that would turn yellow or grey-haired.
Mm.
And like I said, it was found to be, if the women weren't introduced gently to it, it was found to be very disruptive to them.
Mm. Well, no, I did not know that. There we go. That is certainly a factoid. Factoids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we dug some out of a mountain in Scotland and used it for something for the Italians. I don't know what it was they wanted, but we had a hand mixing thing, a bit like a little concrete mixer, and we mixed it with graphite for them. That was, getting near the last of the stuff in the country, because we hadn't made it since the war.
Right.
We developed other stuff.
Right. I'm going to have a ride down a genuine tree-lined avenue now. So I shall catch up with you later, yeah?
Yeah, have a good ride.
Yep.
See you, bye-bye.
See you, bud.
Let us, Dave.
Bye.
Well, he went. I didn't even get to say goodbye to Gordon. Oh, I really messed this up. Yeah, this one's messed up. It's the first time it's gone wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. So you see this bit here. So it's meant to look like this. So it's all nice and square-ish. There's my focus there. So this divot down here, but on this side, this isn't square. For some reason, it's not. Obviously, didn't score it properly here, so it hasn't bent correctly.
Yeah.
But now there's so much glue on it. Well, the glue has seeped in now. If I mess about with it, it's kind of really, really squishy. Obviously, that's supposed to be a nice square bit off. So I think what I'll do is just leave it and let it dry. Then hopefully recover it when I get back.
Cool.
Tonight.
I'm sure you'll recover it, mate.
Oh, well, I'm sure. Just a shame. So that did happen at the very, very beginning. Do you remember with the chin of the robot? Yeah, it happened at the beginning, but I managed to avoid it up until now. But yeah, okay. I will put that aside. Carry on with it at a later date. I'm just going to throw some food in my face quickly, and I'll be right back. All right.
There you go, Keith. Amatol was the trade name for it. It was nitric acid. It was a compound called nitroguanidine, and it's used for angina patients to increase heart rate as well. All right, okay. It's always interesting to know.
I think the one for heart rate was derived from TNT. But yes, I mean there was quite a range of explosives and different things.
TNT, RDX, stuff like that.
HMX, HNS.
Yeah.
Because where I worked, we developed the Bridgewater method for making TNT.
All right, cool.
And
not something you can
I was actually helping when we installed it.
Yeah. Just be careful what you say, Keith.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we could end up with another ban.
Yes, we don't want that now.
No.
Yes, I have to be careful about some of the places I've worked with some of this stuff.
Yeah. You're right there, Gary. How you getting on?
All right, very best. Thanks, Steph.
Cool. Go on, Keith.
Well, Thomas is about the penguin on somebody's desk.
Give me a sec. Let's have a look.
Mm.
Okay, Thomas has gone into quite a bit. TNT is trinitrotoluene, which is a trinitrate ester from nitric acid. He just wants you to know that he's used that technique professionally as well. And apparently the tweezers are amazing. I can model from the next room. Yeah, they look quite impressive, those two, Thomas. Have you stuck a picture up? And then up, Thomas, penguin on Malcolm's desk alert.
Mm. Mm.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Cool. Good to be back.
How was the penguin?
It was yummy. Good thing about having kids.
Wasn't fishy at all.
No. I do like penguins. Right, what's next? So that's what, hour and 45 minutes to do one box, or mess one box up. I'll have to look at the instructions. What's the instructions on your Land Rover like, Gary?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I miss days like that when you have good instructions.
I've got a little card with a picture.
Yeah.
And bags of pieces. And that's it. And the other one, the other lady, she hasn't even got a picture. It just comes in a box.
Huh.
Well, it'll look something like that there when it's all done.
All right. Hey, look at that. Hey. Let me press this button right here.
Nice.
It's only dry fitted there at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Is it open like that?
No, I have to put it's all open apart from the bonnet. Still figuring out how I'm going to leave it all open, because it'd be a shame to hide all that detail there belonging to the engine.
I think, well, at a very basic level, you can just not glue it down, I guess, and then you could just lift it up.
Yeah.
With a fingernail or something.
But it'd be a shame to hide all that detail.
Totally. Yeah. You're going to weather it up inside, John?
Yeah. Oh, I am. I just thought I'd try fit it there to see how it all went, but
yeah,
it's going to fit perfectly.
Good job. And your figures as well?
I have figures coming. I have 4 for this one and 2 for each of the other Land Rovers. So I've right bit of figure painting to do when they do come.
Right. Yeah, it's really cool. Love it. It's just you sitting there like that. It just reminds me of one of the times I bought a. It was a scout car. It was a 172nd scout car in 20 or something. Anyway, at the very, very beginning of Models for Heroes, I took some of my own models to a little show that was a military show, and people had like medals and helmets, and swords, and things like that. And I was invited, so I went along to the Models for Heroes stuff, which was in its infancy, and on the table in front of me with this little scout car, this guy comes up, picks it up, and says, "Oh, that's nice." And I said, "Oh, yeah, they're just little models. They're not really for handling, please." And anyway, he goes, "Oh, the wheels go round," and he puts it on the desk and pushes it along. And I had to say, "Well, they do now."
They didn't before.
No, they didn't. So I learned pretty quickly now we have please do not touch signs, or anyone goes near any models with their mitts. It's oh, excuse me, don't touch those, thank you. It's usually the adults.
You find that it's always the way.
Yeah. Excuse me, do you mind if I just rapidly take my hand off your face?
Yeah. Well, we've even got like do not touch signs everywhere. It still happens. The guys up in Wales, when they do their Models for Heroes show, they have like a perspex screen. It's about 8 inches high, which is right across the front of their table, and they have our do not touch signs.
I have that as well. I put them in display cases, perspex over the top of them, but it still doesn't stop them from going to try to touch them.
No, that's right. I mean, tell you this story, right? We did the rivet counter challenge. Steph, you know what this is, don't you?
Yeah.
So what we do is we have it's a jar. It's about you can't really see. Okay, so the jar is that big, I'd say. No, probably about that big. And it's like a huge coffee granule jar, right? And it's full of rivets. The idea is you have to guess the amount of rivets, write down your answer, pay £1, and then you win a prize if you're closest. It's like F's sweets in the jar, but we use it for rivets because of the rivet counting. And there's a do not touch sign on top of the jar, right? It's on a little plinth, and it says do not touch, and it's pushed further back to the back of the table, and there's a do not touch sign in the front of it as well. People still will grab the jar, take off the do not touch sign, and lift it up to carry it and weigh it. And can you imagine if that dropped? It would be rivets and glass all over the place. All the people who had guessed the amount of rivets we would have to make sure we got all the rivets back, because being part of the fundraising regulator, you have to make sure we do everything properly. So you'd have to make sure the proper amount of rivets were back in there. And just imagine. And I mean, we even had one of the bigwigs from Airfix do exactly the same thing, didn't we? Do you remember that, Keith?
Oh yes. I remember what we made for him though. You sent.
Yes, yeah. So a couple of weeks later, as a thank you for what ethics do, and as a reminder, do not touch. We actually sent him a do not touch sign in the post for his desk. You think that someone from ethics would be, touching,
but.
You'd also think that somebody from Airfix at that higher level could actually read.
Thanks. Well, the brands are available.
But then the higher up the ladder you go, the stupider you become.
Well, we've got to make sure I don't go high up the level then.
Malcolm, you're probably the exception.
Yes.
And there are lots of exceptions. Okay, Thomas is in trouble. There's a new post that's gone up in the mess.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, got to remember you can rewind it unless you're very quick on the print screens. Well done. This is a funny shape. It's a weird one. Oh, and so you, Steph?
Yeah, that was an alarm going off.
Yes, very nice post. Well done.
I haven't seen it yet because the page is just loading because I'm working on wireless out here.
Very good. Check out this shape. Very weird. So this is it's a box. So that's a box, and then that's going to fold over the top, make the top of it. But then this, I don't know if it has to fold here and then fold down, and then that folds across. I'm not sure what this is going to do. You see that? That's all to be cut out there in this bit. Very picky.
You thought of asking the box what it's meant to do?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to do cut it all out and then work it out, aren't I?
Yeah, ask the box. You never know. It may respond. Probably won't, but you never know.
Excuse me, Mr. Box. What the heck? I'll probably find it out by looking at the instructions, if I'm honest.
RTFM.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I know. So what did you do, Thomas? Did you print screen as soon as you saw it, or did you have to rewind and find it and then print screen? What was your technique? Right, I'm going to have to wrap it up in a minute. A couple of minutes, folks.
Well, I can crack on with it if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. Well, I have to toddle on shortly. So. But yeah, you are most welcome to stay.
Cool.
I'm going to have to knock it on the head as well now.
All right, bud.
Because I've got somebody coming to visit me this afternoon.
Oh, who's that? Who's that, Keith?
Right, we're doing some electrical work.
Oh, I see. Ow.
No, it's doing some work on the workshop.
Okay.
Now, I won't get back to you this evening, but I'll see you on Friday.
Oh, yes. All right. Oh, yeah. What time is that on Friday? 2 o'clock, isn't it? Okay, mate. Yep. Is it 2?
12 o'clock, isn't it?
Oh, whatever time it is, yeah. I'll see you at the time.
12 to 2.
Yeah. I'll see you then, mate.
Later, Keith.
Hey, buddy.
Okay.
Keith.
Right. Cheers. Bye.
Bye, Keith.
So yeah, we got a committee meeting this weekend, and I think it is on Friday.
What time's the meeting on Friday, Keith? Malcolm?
I'm just checking. It is the 4th of July, and it is. Oh, it just says the 4th of July. That's good, isn't it? 2 p.m.
2 o'clock. Great.
But I think my wife has got something booked on for Friday as well. I'll let you know. I'll let you know what we're doing.
Yep.
You're right to do Friday?
Of course.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, matey.
Not a problem.
Right. I'm going to call it a day. Thanks,
I feel like I'm turning into your PA, Malcolm.
Oh, God knows I need one. Right. I'm off. Take care. Be good.
Okay, Malcolm. Bye-bye.
Okay, Malcolm. Take care. You could certainly find somebody better than me to do it, but hey.
I'll find someone better if you, what does they say? If I find someone better or if you die. Is that what they say?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That thing that people say is relevant. There we go. Right. Cheerio, guys.
Later, mate.
Malcolm.
Take care. It's you with the heavy breathing.
Yeah. Back is in bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say knock it on the head to take a look at painkillers for the night anyway.
Yeah, well, you need to be fit and ready for tonight.
Yeah. Well, here, matey, I will see you tonight.
Not if I see you first.
No problem, staff. I'll speak to you later on, mate. All right?
Okay, you take care, chap.
Okay, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Well, looks like that's it, folks. So I will knock it on the head. You all take care. Thank you very much for joining in, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.